Property taxes are the highest that they've ever been, and they are firing teachers? Make it make sense to me. How is there a mass layoff of teachers when property taxes are going up 650%? We're gonna go over it in this video and try to understand why these cities, why these governments, why these corporations, because believe it or not, guys, the government runs like a business, guys. It really does. It really does.
And then you need to kick that door down.
My name is Orlando. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel, guys. And make sure you check in the description and in the pinned comment. I have a newsletter. It's free. You cannot beat it. Also, if you have any financing that you need, commercial, investment properties, I am your guy. I've been a lender for 16 years. When you reach out to me, you will hear from me directly. So go ahead and check in the description. It has all my contact information. Guys, listen, we have talked about this. I've talked to you guys about layoffs, and more layoffs that's gonna happen in the market with a downturn happening, guys. And so it's not a surprise. It's not a surprise that these governments, these cities, having the bag in their hand, because that's what's happening. These guys are collecting so much money off of property taxes, and yet they cannot keep teachers. They're laying off teachers in the summer. They're gonna fire teachers on their day off.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Thanks for teaching the kids, but we don't need you anymore. I know that we're making more money than we've ever made on property taxes in decades, but don't worry about that.
Today's video is sponsored by Aura. Guys, listen, we know that in today's world, on the internet, we have data brokers that are out here trying to sell all of your information on the internet, and they will sell your information to spammers and scammers and all other types of people that you do not want to have your information. And we saw this happen in the latest data breach by AT&T, where 73 million customers had their data stolen. That's why I've been using Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura shows me which data brokers are selling my information and automatically submits opt-out requests for me. Cleaning up my information not only helps me reduce the amount of spam I get, but it protects me from hackers who could use my information to help them access my social media accounts, bank accounts, and other sensitive information. You may already have one or two of these tools already, but not having Aura is like locking the front door and leaving the back door wide open. Aura is always on, doing the hard work to keep me safe so I can focus on other tasks with a peace of mind. I value my privacy and I value yours, guys. You can go to aura.com/Orlando and get your 2-week free trial, guys. You can't beat it. Also, the link is in the description below. Now back to the video.
Teachers and staff at schools from coast to coast could soon be out of the job. That's because pandemic-era funding is set to expire. Stephanie Haynes joining us live with a closer look at how this could impact jobs. Stephanie, good morning.
Hey, Marnie, good morning. You know, some major school districts across the country are announcing these proposed cuts or layoffs. And so what that means come fall is that there could be fewer teachers, there could be fewer aides, maybe classroom sizes are going to get bigger. And
we can all agree. I don't know why anyone, I just don't know. Listen, I don't know why anyone would be against teachers. If you have kids, if you have a nephew, if you have nieces, if you have any affiliation with kids, why would you be against teachers? Make it make sense to me. Why would you be against it? I know there's going to be someone in the comment section that says,
They can get rid of all of these teachers. I don't care.
no, I don't want that. I don't want that. Have you tried to teach your kids math? It's not fun. It's not fun. You be like, oh, it's 2 + 2.
Look, watch out. 2's right here. Right that, right here.
So here's my thing. I don't understand why they dislike teachers and they want less teachers teaching. Why would you want that? Why would anyone want that? That's just my thought process.
It's just strange.
Now, if you listen to what she was saying, she was talking about pandemic funding, saying that
Pandemic era funding is set to expire.
Well, what about all of the money that came from sales tax? What about all of the money that you remember when you went to the grocery store or you went to a store and you couldn't find toilet tissue? What happened to all of that money? All of that sales tax, all of the sales tax that came from individuals buying things at restaurants, people buying houses, all of those things. Remember, we just came from a scenario where there was low inventory because people were bidding ridiculous amounts of money over asking prices on homes. What happened to all of that money that's circulating through your city? What happened to that? Oh, let me guess. It went into someone's pocket. This doesn't make sense. How are you firing teachers when you have all of this money circulating around?
It just might be a little bit more of a stressful environment in schools across the country. And part of the reason is because of this pandemic era funding. This $190 billion really allowed districts nationwide to really hire up staff. And so some of the school districts that we're taking a look at here who have made some of these announcements: San Diego, California, Arlington, Fort Worth, both in Texas, Portland, Oregon, Wichita, Kansas, Hartford, Connecticut, and the list goes far beyond that. But
Texas? You're telling me Texas does not have the amount of money to pay teachers? They do not have enough money, and they're 100% telling you guys that they're firing teachers. They're getting rid of teachers that teach your children because of pandemic funding?
You're dead to me, boy.
When I've done stories on Texas that you guys' property taxes are through the roof, and you're telling me that you don't have enough money to pay teachers?
Why the fuck you lying?
Now, we do have to remember that, and this is no secret, guys. Everybody should know this. Most people know this, that teachers don't get paid that much money. It's a travesty. It really is. It's a job that you don't get paid monetarily for the effort. We know this. Everybody knows this. But yet you're telling me you cannot pay these teachers. Make it make sense to me. Here, listen, no matter if you're for teachers or against teachers, can you explain to me why all of the property tax money is depleted? Where did it go?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Nothing. Me? Just hanging around.
Are you telling me that now we're using property tax money to fix roads? Are we using property tax money? What are we using it for? Everybody knows property taxes go towards schools.
This is really easy.
So you're telling me you're going to have teachers have 80 kids in a classroom because you're trying to save on a $60,000 salary?
That don't make no sense.
When we all know, all you got to do, guys, listen, this is numbers. All you got to do is go to the city budget and see how much money they came in for property taxes. And I can promise you, it's in the millions. I can promise you that this is the amount of money that they're getting yearly. This isn't a one-time stipend. But let's continue.
here's an Anaheim school board president addressing this very issue just a few weeks ago.
We know your students love you. This is, as my colleague said, one of the hardest things that we have to face. If we do not face this, we do not have a school district. We can't run a school district on negative funds.
Lie.
They can't run a school district on negative funds. They can't. They just can't do it, guys. And here's the funny thing. If I was the city and I was running that area, I would hire an auditing firm to figure out where all this money is going. Why is it that I'm paying top dollar in property taxes, yet you got to cram my kid in a classroom with 100 other students because you don't have enough money to pay teachers? But when I look at the teacher salary, in California, it's $80,000 or something like that. Make it make sense to me. But then when I look at the budget that you guys received, you guys are receiving tens of millions of dollars. Tens of millions of dollars. But yet, you can't budget enough to pay the teachers. You decide you're going to lay them off. And this is the reason, guys. Teachers, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you too. This is the reason why they're not loyal. They are not loyal. This is the reason why you have to look out for yourself. You have to do what's best for you and your family. And if you see the writing on the wall, like these guys are telling you, they're telling you it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. We're going to lay people off when they're off. When teachers are on vacation, they're going to lay you off. They're going to send you an email. They won't tell you face to face. They're going to do a Zoom meeting and tell you it's over.
What a twist.
This is the reason why. If you see stuff like this, you see the writing on the wall, teachers, do not wait. Do not wait to look for another job right now. Like they're telling you right now, they're going to lay you off. You better be putting in your resumes. You better be looking for another teaching job or another job just in general. These governments, these corporations, these companies, these cities, they're not loyal.
Hashtag disloyal.
I know. You're thinking to yourself, there's no way they're going to let me go, Orlando. I've been with this school district for the last 12 years. There's no way they're going to get rid of me. Well, you're the person that they want to get rid of. You're the highest salary person when they can get a brand new teacher that is making $30,000 and happy with that. They're going to bring them in. They don't want the seasoned teacher that's making $120,000. They don't want that. They want the brand new coming out of college, no experience teacher that they could pay the smallest amount of money to. That's who they want. So if you are one of these teachers and you believe that the city, that the county, whatever, that they're going to keep you because you're such a great teacher and you have so many years of experience, I'm sorry. That's not the case.
Negative funds, declining funds, budget cuts, those are key words there, Marnie, because those have been issues that have already been really, something that school districts have been dealing with even before the pandemic because of declining enrollment across the country. And a report from McKinsey & Company finds that public school enrollment across the board is expected to decline through 2040, and that is just because of declining birth rates and declining immigration rates. That report also notes that, a lot of states are expanding school choice programs.
Here's the weird part. On one hand, they're telling you that,
oh, guess what, guys? We're laying off teachers because budget cuts and all this other stuff.
Even though that they're having the biggest influx of money coming in that they've had in decades, they're telling you that we're doing budget cuts. The way that our budget is set up, it's not panning out so that we can pay these individuals. We can no longer pay these teachers or these aides because we just don't have the money.
I used to look up to you, man. How could you do this? How could you do this, bro?
It sounds like a budgeting problem to me. It sounds like you don't know how to add 2 + 2 is 4. It seems like it's not a situation of money coming in. It sounds like it's a money situation of your expenses, the money that you're spending. You're spending way more money that you have coming in. And here's the funny thing. They're not spending it on teachers. That's the spoiler alert. They're not spending it on teachers. What do you think they're spending it on? I could just guess. But the truth is that they're spending it on nonsense. I can guarantee you, if you bring an auditing team in there and you audit exactly, have one of the big 4 auditing teams come in there, or just any auditing firm, right? A credible one, right? And you have them go in there, I guarantee you, the ridiculousness of spending, it will rear its ugly head. You will see exactly what these cities are spending their money on. You will see. It's taking the team out to Starbucks every day, buying lunch for everybody, all of this stuff. Where do you think that money comes from? It's definitely coming out of property tax money. And here's the thing. Isn't there a teacher shortage currently? Guys, teachers, in the comment section, isn't there a teacher shortage? So you're firing teachers, but yet you're telling them there's a shortage?
Hey, we're gonna fire you, but don't worry. There's plenty of people out here hiring.
Make it make sense to me. How does that even work? You currently have a teacher shortage in your city, but you're firing and laying off teachers at the same time. It makes no sense.
Parents, since the pandemic have been getting more options for schooling for their kids. They've been sending them to private school, to charter schools. Homeschooling has become a lot more popular. And because of that, the funding that goes to public schools really is based on enrollment. So when kids, leave, then they don't get quite as much. So it's just this prevailing cycle. And then, of course, Marnie, we're still dealing with a nationwide teacher shortage to boot. So tough decisions coming up this fall in schools, Marnie.
Indeed, and the impact far-reaching. Stephanie, thank you.
See, she hit it right on the head too. She said there's a teacher shortage coming up. So here's the thing. Everybody knows there's a teacher shortage. Yet we're laying off teachers. The point of this video is to show you how the layoffs don't add up with the amount of money like property taxes. You guys are getting charged this amount of money. And I've heard some people sending me emails. I've even seen some commentary on YouTube and other media platforms where they say things like, guys, listen, you guys are mad because you're getting charged property taxes? The property tax money goes to your kids.
Why are you so mad? Why are you so mad that the city is charging you 650% over on property taxes? That money goes directly to kids and teaching your children. So don't be mad.
But then we come out with stuff like this. And here's the thing. That map that I showed you guys, let's go back and look at that map. This map that is showing here that shows you layoffs, that's such a small amount of people that are getting laid off. The amount of layoffs that are going to happen with teachers in cities, it's going to be big. It's going to be huge. And they're telling you guys that it's coming up. Again, guys, listen, these companies aren't loyal. These governments aren't loyal. You have to look out for yourself. And I hope teachers, honestly, I appreciate you. Listen, you're hearing it from me. I appreciate teachers so much. I really do. But please look out for yourself, teachers. Anybody who believes these companies and you're not putting yourself and your family first, I'm sorry, you're going to get a rude awakening this year. You're going to get an awakening and understand that these guys only treated you like a number. They don't care about you. You have to take things into your own hands and care about yourself. I know that sounds ridiculous. People be like, Orlando, who doesn't care about themselves? But I need to tell it to you. Think about yourself first. So as always, guys, I hope you got value out of this content, but we all know you won't get all of your information from this one video. I need you to watch this video right here. Yes, this one right here. It will give you information on the housing market, financial news, and get into your first rental property. You will love it. The information you will get from it, it will be gold. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.